Hello everyone and welcome to Whisky Wednesday. This week we're chatting about the Old Pulteney 18-year-old. Cut a long story short, 18 years old, 46%, no colouring, no chill filtration, and like the 15, it's American oak with a Spanish sherry oak finish. Let's dive straight into the nose because this one is instantly different to the 15-year-old. Nowhere near as light, really much heavier. You get a little bit more of the alcohol, which is unusual because it's a similar, it was the same ABV, but there are these lovely kind of, for the English viewers, do you all remember like pick and mix, those like fizzy cola sweets and like those fizzy sour cherry things? There's like a sour cherry angelica root cola thing going on with it. It's very unusual. Usual suspects are like a little bit of milk chocolate. There's a little bit of peanut butter in there as well. You got like peanut butter brittle. It's kind of dry and it's a bit earthy. There's some more exotic notes in the background, so kind of kiwi, bit of honey, a little bit of lime. It's so much different to the 15. Much bigger nose, a little bit more bite from the booze. And it's about the same amount of time in sherry cask as well, so that's a little bit unusual. But we'll go into the taste, we'll see, that's the most important part. Texturally, it's pretty much the same whiskey. It's very similar. Really elegant. Gets all in and around your palate. But it builds and it swells whilst it's getting around there. So while you've got this really creamy texture going around your mouth, this oak spice is kind of like revolving all the way around it. And underneath it, you get that sour cherry note comes back. That milk chocolate note comes diving in out of nowhere. It's a much bigger flavour. Like so much bigger than the 15 is on the finish. It lasts a little bit longer, it's a little bit more in depth. I'll give it another go. I thought I was missing it, but that Old Pulteney salty thing's come back just on the second time around. Such distinctive character note with that Old Pulteney salty style. Significantly more savoury, and it leans, even though it's probably 10 years older, it leans much towards the style of the Huddart, but without that smoke. The finish just kind of increases and swells and builds and almost pulsates around your tongue. I know they've been a bit cheeky and put the price quite high on this. It's £100 plus 18-year-old, which is a lot. Especially when you compare it to Glendronach 18 or Glenmorangie 18, but it is a very different style of whiskey. I'm gonna try again, just because, you know, why not? So yeah, sour cherry, angelica root, really exotic fruit flavours, cola bottles, lemon. Again, a reoccurring feature that what we had with the 15. There's almost a smoky element to it, but it's very subdued and it's just like adding salt and pepper to food. It's just a little bit more, just opens up the flavour profile a bit more. And a finish which is dry, slightly savoury and sticks around for much longer than the 15. And the 15 had a long finish, this one is even longer. Even with the price, I do think it's a little bit better, so I'm going to give it an 8.5. I know that's not a huge increase more, but if you get these two side by side, the 15 and the 18, they're such different whiskies, and I think the 15 is almost like, it's quite subdued, it's quite delicate, whereas this is the, you know, kind of balls to the wall, really intense, full flavoured style. So there you go, that's my opinion on that. I'm going to give that an 8.5. This is Whisky Wednesday. That's all Pulteney 18-year-old, and I will see you all next week. Cheers.